So, Wii U ports. What do you got?
We were talking earlier about stuff that we think should go from the Wii U to the Switch. Just because the Wii U did not sell, obviously, as everyone knows, it did not light up the charts.
Right.
So there's a lot of games on there that should come to the Switch just so that more people can experience them.
Totally agree.
And definitely appreciate some of the gems. Not even necessarily hidden gems.
Right.
I mean, we're talking major first-party games.
Yeah, exactly. These are the bright diamonds that were there, like your Mario Kart 8s.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Which is already which just came out,
which happened, which kind of led into this.
Yeah, so we were talking, and we came up with 4 Wii U games,
right,
and 1 Wii game,
right. Surprise Wii game,
yeah,
coming up.
That we think should definitely come to the Switch as it gains more popularity, either later this year, maybe some next year.
Sure, just sometime in the lifespan.
Just sometime,
even if you do a download only thing,
exactly,
don't care. Just put it on there because these games deserve to fill
the gaps. I mean,
known by everyone
in between releases that we're getting. So, do you want to start?
Sure. My first one, these are in no particular order. My first one that I got coming is Mario 3D World.
Okay.
I absolutely love this game. The co-op is great. I think the co-op fits super well with like the Joy-Con split, type deal.
Yeah.
Was awesome. Had 120 some odd stars. I think there was probably even more than that. You had like the green stuff you had to find. You had all the special hidden coins. Yeah. So much to do in this game. This game, was massive game. And I think it's an awesome Mario game to kind of tide you over.
Too.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
Underappreciated. And
I think it's kind of good to like tide you over after you have Odyssey, which is your 64-2, your huge open world game. You kind of have this game to kind of like cool down with. It's like it's still Mario and it's but it's co-op and it's like it's still fun to play. With everyone. So.
Which I think that would be really cool. That's a good one.
Yeah.
My first, I'm gonna go the obvious one for my first one. I'm gonna say Super Smash Brothers.
Okay.
But I'd like to see them incorporate the Wii U version and the 3DS version, kind of bring it all together, and then throw in something additional, like give us Ice Climbers back, give us something like that, maybe a new stage or two. I think this one's a no-brainer. This is definitely
it has to happen, and I think it's happening at E3.
It's gonna be announced at E3, and I bet it's this year.
Oh, it has to be. Yeah. It's definitely gonna be this year. It's gonna be this November or October.
Yeah. It just makes too much sense. I mean, obviously we know they're not gonna do anything different or anything new for Smash Bros. Right?
Yep.
For a while.
Yep.
So this is gonna allow people that didn't play it on either the Wii U or the 3DS to at least have some type of Smash Brothers fix.
Totally agree. And again, go ahead.
Yeah, and I was gonna say I do think they are gonna do another Smash Brothers though. They'd be crazy not to.
Yeah, they
But we're talking end of the Switch license.
Oh, 100%. Sakurai even said as much. Like, I want to focus on something else, not Smash Brothers. Yep. So that's cool. And I think another thing which we've kind of stumbled onto a theme is that's also a very big co-op game. Even just like do a split Joy-Con, figure it out, kind of make it work type of deal. So
it just makes too much sense.
It's just it fits so well.
Yep.
Next up, I have Super Mario Maker needs to come over, which would be awesome, and they could even add a little bit more like. I think they just recently added checkpoints. There's something that wasn't in the original one. It was ramps, maybe, or something. There was something that there's plenty missing from that game for sure. Even like the sharing capabilities, like the online capabilities, were not that great. So fix that stuff. Add some more features. Add some more worlds.
New things.
Throw in maybe another design or something. I don't know. You can figure it out. Throw something else in there. At least just bring it over here. Add a little bit more spice to it. Give it a little bit more variety. If people will eat that up. You know what I mean? To 100%. Have another Mario,
especially because the
Maker.
3DS version. I mean, it was missing a lot of stuff that the Wii U had.
Exactly. So, the 3DS version was so bad and just it didn't even sell well. I was working at GameStop when it came out, and it was just nobody bought it.
Right. Because I mean, those that already wanted to play it, they already either got it on the Wii U, or I think they even knew that this game is probably going to come to the Switch.
Yep. Totally agree.
And
so
they'd be crazy not to bring it.
Yep. Yeah. Totally agree. That has to come.
My number 2, I'm going to go Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Fan-freaking-tastic game. I know a lot of people did not play this game because they got kind of turned off by the theme. I mean, obviously, you're a bodyguard basically for this set of idols, and but just the way, because it's made by Atlas, and it's made by it's very reminiscent of Persona, which is probably my favorite franchise, and. Man, it was so good.
Yeah.
The gameplay was good. The way they did the battle system, too.
Yeah.
Like, it was so innovative for that type of game, and the soundtrack was phenomenal. everything about this game.
Yeah.
They need to bring this to the Switch, and they need to do a sequel.
Yeah. I 100% agree. This game, like, I've lost so many hours, like, and I'm not even close to being done. And it wasn't until Persona 5 came out, so I took time off of that. Persona 5 came out. I started playing that, and I'm like, oh my god, this reminds me so much of Tokyo Mirage. Like, I need to get back to that game. Like, oh my god, it was so good. But the one thing I ask is if they do bring a Switch port over, bring it over uncensored.
Oh yeah,
uncensored. Yes. This game was so hard censored.
To play through it again, too.
Exactly.
Like, I know I would play through it again anyway.
Yeah.
But give me something a little bit different. Obviously, let me experience it the way that people in Japan got to experience it.
Exactly. And with the HD graphics, the art style was so good, and like the anime cut. This is like one of the big ones that had anime cutscenes and stuff like that. You know, especially for a Nintendo title. Bring that over, HDify it, you know, take out all the random purple smoke that you had everywhere. Get rid of that. Bring me the definitive version.
HD Rumble.
HD Rumble. That's great.
Oh my god, yes.
You know?
Yes.
So bring that back. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Next up I have is Paper Mario Color Splash.
Okay.
I know not a lot of people played this game. This was definitely flew very fast under the radar.
Could definitely obviously with Mario Cross Rabbids coming too. I mean, there's definitely a market for it on the Switch.
Oh, totally agree. And this game was awesome. It went back to more of a Mario, like old school Paper Mario type of gameplay, but also integrated the Paper Mario Sticker Star that a lot of people hated.
Oh yeah, I was not a fan of Sticker Star.
Yeah, and so this instead of stickers, you use cards.
Yep.
And you know you have to fill them with paint, and so as much paint as you fill your card with is how much damage you do, right? That's how you can attack stuff like that. Whatever, you never run out of paint. Like you don't have to worry about it. They try to make it like a stamina kind of thing, or like an MP kind of thing. Whatever, you always get more of every color, so it doesn't matter. But the storyline was just so great, and the dialogue and the writing was so hilarious. I mean, I was laughing out loud, like literally laughing out loud at some of the stuff these toads were saying, and I'm just like, that's something everybody needs to experience. All the people who left Paper Mario.
I'm one of them. I unfortunately did not play Color Splash just because of the time it came out. Obviously, the Switch was getting close, and it just hit at such a time when there were so many other big releases coming out for other systems.
Totally agree.
I skipped it.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people were in that boat. Yeah. And even for the people who left right after Mario 1,000 Year Door, you know, a lot of people left after that one when it went to the Wii. You know, that game was amazing, and it went to the Wii. And even Super Paper Mario on the Wii was good. It wasn't RPG, but it was still good. But a lot of people left. Whatever. This would be a great one to like get people back and be like, oh yeah, Paper Mario did have a lot of heart. Yeah. Like this game was really cute. This was funny. This game was awesome. Yeah. So I think that should make its way over.
Yeah, and then obviously let's get another Paper Mario as well.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. Yeah, we need a new one.
Yeah, for sure. Sticking with the RPG theme, my third one, I'm going to say Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Okay.
Obviously, we know Xenoblade 2 supposedly still coming this year, according to Nintendo.
Right.
I hope it doesn't get delayed. On their on all their press releases and stuff. They're still saying it's a 2017.
Yeah, 2017.
So we could be looking at a worldwide release, which would be amazing.
Yeah. I'd be psyched.
If we can, let's try to get Xenoblade Chronicles X to come out a little bit before so people can actually experience that game. I sunk over 100 hours into it. I think my final playtime was around 103, 104 hours. It was just so good. And it needs to come over, for sure.
Yeah, totally agree.
Like, the soundtrack, too. I mean, like, a lot of people made fun of the soundtrack. And there was some off-the-wall music.
I really liked the soundtrack
I
in that
know.
game,
I thought it was
cool.
good. And it was sadly, it was kind of catchy. Like, some of the stuff, like I said, it was definitely different.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
I think is the only word to use to describe it.
And it was good though. And like even like I feel like the gameplay in that one was so drastically different than like really anything else I'd ever played. Yeah. Personally, like as an RPG fan.
Yeah, getting your mech for the first time, man.
Yeah, it was like so incredible.
Cool.
Yeah,
and that world was huge.
Yeah.
So big.
Exactly. So it's like bring that over, and again, same with Tokyo Mirage. Just uncensor it. Like give me just the base game that like everybody else gets. Like I hate that. You know, that's a whole other discussion.
Right.
You know,
I mean,
censorship and all that.
We'll do one on that.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, that's coming. All right. So my final Wii U game is Pokémon Tournament.
Oh, okay.
I'm a huge diehard Pokemon fan. Not so much a fighting game fan, but it was something cool about having Pokemon fighting actually fighting as Pokemon. I thought that was really cool. It had a bunch of cool characters in it. And I think this is probably one of the easiest deluxe versions because there are actually like arcade cabinets for this game in Japan that have been getting updated. They've been getting added characters to the arcade cabinets that we haven't gotten on the disc, on the Wii U. So this is like the perfect chance for them to be like, hey, here's Pokémon Tournament HD. Here's all the extra characters you missed out on. Here's the extra stages and everything. Boom, you're ready to go.
And surprisingly, there was a lot of hype behind this game when it came out. Like, there was a lot of people that were excited because of Pokemon Coliseum.
Yep.
And everyone wanted something just like that again. Obviously, it didn't turn out to be like that.
Right.
But it had a lot going for it, and they could have done so much more.
Oh, I know they could have. They could have totally fleshed this out, but
And so, I mean, if they do bring it to the Switch, I would love to see them to continue it on.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Let's get more
even if they make like a more
stages.
classic style, kind of like Pokemon Stadium, where it pops up and you pick. Hey, you pick your 6 Pokemon, I pick my 6 Pokemon. We fight. You know, there you go.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
That'd be cool.
So,
all right, my final one for the Wii U, I'm gonna go Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze.
That's a great one.
It's probably the best platformer on the Wii U. By far, I would say.
One of the hardest as well.
Oh yeah,
the game's hard as balls.
Sure. But the soundtrack and everything to it, man,
everything about it is so good.
So freaking good. And obviously, I'm hoping for right now it's the last Donkey Kong game made by Retro. I want to see them move on to something different.
Totally
whether
agree.
it be a return back to the Metroid Prime series, or hopefully, I want a new IP from Retro.
Yeah.
And I think it would be picture perfect for them to throw it up on the Switch. Maybe we could even do it around E3 time, maybe next month or July. Once we get an idea, because I do think we're going to find out what Retro's working on.
Oh, we have to. Absolutely, we have to.
I think it would just make so much sense to do it then, and let's take a break from Donkey Kong for a while.
Yeah. Okay.
It's due.
Yeah,
it's due.
I think so. All right, so moving on to the wild card, the Wii game that we would love to have, remastered, deluxeified, whatever you want to call it. Mine is kind of a cop out. Because mine is 3 in 1.
Okay.
But my Wii game that I want on the Switch is the Metroid Prime trilogy.
Okay. Go Retro.
I absolutely, exactly, going right back to Retro. I absolutely adore these games.
They are.
And I really hope that Retro is making another Metroid coming out for Switch. Would be amazing. Would blow my mind. But just Metroid Prime trilogy, that whole series was just so good. And I remember playing the first Metroid Prime, getting it, taking it home, not knowing what it was, like had no idea what Metroid was, all this stuff. And it was just that, and it just starts out, and it's like, hey, and I remember I got stuck not knowing how to like lock onto stuff. So I got stuck at the beginning where you have to just shoot the little things, lock onto the 6 balls, and shoot. It took me like 20 minutes to get through it, and I'm like, this is amazing. Like, this is a first-person shooter on my GameCube. Like, oh yeah, I know my friends are playing Halo, but I've got Metroid. Play through. You get to the first boss, and Geist, right? And I'm like, you get to the first boss, the Parasite Queen, and she's like in the thing. I remember beating her, and the whole thing starts falling apart. And you got to run out. I'm like, this game's amazing. This is awesome. So to be able to bring that back for a whole new generation of gamers who have never even heard of a GameCube before, so that they can play that and understand this is what Metroid needs to be. This is the pinnacle of the series. Yeah, the original on NES was great. The Super Nintendo one was immaculate.
Such a huge leap from those two.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you leave from that, you skip over N64. There wasn't a 64 version, and then boom, you get punched in the face with Metroid Prime right after, Metroid, Super Metroid, you know? So I think that'd be awesome, and I think you'd get so many people to do it, and I think that's the perfect thing to do to create hype for if we do get Metroid announced at E3. Hey, Metroid Prime Trilogy is coming back. We took the motion out of Metroid Prime 3. Here you go. Get ready for the new one. That'd be awesome. I'd buy it. I'd buy it day one.
I'd buy it.
Day one.
All right, my Wii game. This one, obviously, a little bit of a cop-out, too. I'm going to go Skyward Sword.
Okay, that's awesome. I really like Skyward Sword.
Just because I want to see what they would do with it, because everything was obviously the one-to-one motion control for the Wii Motion Plus.
Yep.
And they would have to rework so much stuff to get that on the Switch. But I think they can do it.
Oh, yeah.
If they definitely just... I mean, obviously it would take a little work. Obviously they did the same thing with Twilight Princess HD. They did the same thing with the Wind Waker HD. They changed a lot of stuff in those two releases before they put them out.
Totally
obviously
agree.
With Wind Waker HD, we had the simplified getting the sail thing.
Oh, yeah. They had and then there was the super sail, too.
They did all that to make the sailing faster. And then with Twilight Princess HD, they did... they simplified the beginning of the game and made it less boring.
Yeah, exactly.
In the GameCube and the Wii, it kind of sucked.
Right, yeah. But, I agree.
Skyward Sword is a game that's very underappreciated as far as in the Zelda franchise goes.
I think so.
And it's a game that I personally have not finished.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I finished every other Zelda game except for this one. And it was something with the motion controls and the way that they handled it that I didn't feel compelled to sit down and play it for long periods of time.
Right.
And for Zelda, if I can't stay engaged and I can't sit there and play it for 6, 7, 8 hours at a time, then I don't want to play it.
Right.
And the story in it is actually really good.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite part.
What I know about it, and I've made it very far into the game over time, just because, like I said, I keep sitting down for a couple hours here and there trying to get through it. And I've restarted it so many times, too, that I just want to play it fresh.
Yeah.
And let's just get it on the Switch.
I know. I think
HD version on the Switch.
I think, yeah.
Obviously, I don't think Breath of the Wild is going to be the only new Zelda game we get on the Switch.
Oh, no way. Absolutely not.
We will get another one. It's going to be very similar to Breath of the Wild, I think, but a nice thing to hold us over, Skyward Sword.
Yeah, exactly. I totally agree. So that was our top 4, I guess, Wii U games and one Wii game that we want to see remastered, deluxeified, whatever, and brought to the Switch this year or next. So let us know what you think in the comments below. If you have any games that we didn't mention that you want to see on the Switch,
let us know. We definitely would like to get more
we'd love to talk about it. So with that, I'm Joe. This is Brian. We're out.